Yeah.
That she'd emailed you and rescheduled it, and so she texted
Yeah, verbally we also talked about it. So she mentioned feminism and Barbie.
yeah.
Um, so so I have some idea.
Who is Barbie? Well, she's modeled off of a 1940s sex doll from Germany. I know that much.
Barbie is the creation of a woman in Germany over 50 years ago, I think. She came up with the idea, I think, for her daughter. And it's now a very, very popular toy around the world.
Barbie is this manufactured female body type that really isn't a real body type. And a lot of children, boys and girls, have fun playing with Barbies.
Particular notion of womanhood that crystallizes in the United States, I don't know, around the 50s, in the 60s, and which kind of became a cultural icon and toy of choice for young girls also during that time.
My mom wasn't very keen on dolls, and I never really played with Barbies.
I came from a poor family, so we had to use orange crates and cover them with material and make furniture. I made my own clothes. I had a real happy childhood.
I got my first Barbie when I was 5. My grandma gave it to me.
I don't ever remember getting my own personal Barbie. They were hand-me-downs. My mom made clothes for us, so I do remember at Christmas getting new Barbie clothes. Very chic, 60s Barbie clothes. But
Scared me a little bit. I'm not a really big doll person.
I loved my Barbies, but I loved anything. I valued anything I got because I was lucky enough to finally get something I wanted or asked for. I was very thankful for it.
I had 3 brothers, so I wound up with all my brothers' hand-me-down toys, and I did not have any girl toys because my mom did not believe in, girl toy kind of thing. So I didn't have any Barbies really growing up, or My Little Ponies, or any of those kind of things. So when I grew up, I started collecting Barbies.
my youth, my childhood, so I had fun. That's all we had. My sister and I would play with Barbie, so I have really great memories.
Mom was definitely, I think, a feminist, mother in the 70s, and she wanted me to grow up with, realistic body images, and she didn't like that Barbie was all about clothes, and Mom didn't really care about clothes and makeup, so she didn't really want me to care about that stuff, but I really did care about that stuff. I mean, I wanted like a pink room, and I wanted girls. I had all these hand-me-downs from my brothers and my male cousins, so I was like, when I started buying my own stuff, I was like, everything was pink and lace and like Madonna. For some reason, I had a Madonna phase. But yeah, so I think she wanted me to be more strong and feminist and not really interested in that stuff. But I think the problem is if you keep your daughter from playing with toys that you see as gender conformist, they're just gonna want to play with them anyway. So my thought is just let them pick out what they want, and then they'll take the messages they need from whatever toys they play with.
I do know who Barbie is. I was raised with Barbie, and I had several Barbies as a child.
Around a while. When we were little, we would, of course, want Barbie for Christmas. And if we got her, we just thought she was the bomb. But the more we played with her, the more ridiculous it felt because, of course, she's so plastic.
Sister was like almost ensnared in this Barbie fantasy that she had to have all of these things. And from the very beginning, even though I was only 11, I think, when this started, I just knew there was something wrong with it.
I think Barbie is one of those things, it's an individual thought. process. Because some women think that to be female, you have to have a body type like Barbie. Or perhaps maybe your femininity is caught up in what you wear, what your makeup is, your jewelry, your shoes, and so on. When in reality, you find out as you get older, those things are less important, and knowing somebody's heart and knowing somebody's mind is far superior to an anatomically incorrect body.
So today, when I look back on it, I just realized that this whole Barbie doll phenomena, which is still around today, I'm sure you can still buy Barbie dolls, created false expectations for girls when they're growing up.
This is what I grew up with, and I thought she was beautiful when I was growing up.
I think I got Western Barbie in maybe 1981 or maybe 1983. It was probably my first one that my mom let me have because she had a horse, and my mom was really into horses. So I was finally allowed to have a Barbie. I was so excited, and then I would like make clothes for Barbie and then trade clothes because I was really interested in the entrepreneurial trading of Barbie things with my other friends. So that was what I was really excited about.
Just plastic, I guess.
I think that people can take their Barbie fixations way too far. But as a toy, I think, yeah, she's a toy.
Barbie is that it's a toy. It's a piece of plastic.
All young girls were told to wish that they looked like Barbie.
I think Barbie is an attractive little beast in her white mode, but she does nothing to help our multicultural kids. And
It wasn't natural, it wasn't normal. My sister had another doll before that that had normal proportions, that looked like what a normal person would look like. And this Barbie, you know, was super skinny and, you know, it was just unrealistic, I thought. I just didn't think it was right.
Looks pretty she doesn't look very realistic. She's just kind of, she's quite tall and her whole body is just kind of perfect. And I feel that's not what women or anyone looks like.
But she's pretty in a very conventional way, which I think is probably not the norm for most kids or for most adults, for that matter. And I know that when I was a kid, I was always looking for a Barbie with brown hair. There were no brown-haired Barbies. So I was really frustrated by that, and that there were no Barbies of color. This was back in the 70s and 80s. So when I grew up and started collecting them, I looked in particular for Barbies of color and Barbies with different colored hair because, you know, I didn't fit in the blonde-haired, blue-eyed stereotype, and a lot of my friends didn't. So I was kind of interested in finding the Barbies that didn't fit that mold.
I think Barbie presents an unhealthy self and social image to young girls, and I will not let my children play with her.
Like, again, plastic and perfect. I mean, her nose is too small, you know, if she's painted too much, that kind of a thing.
I feel that she's just kind of perfect.
I would say that Barbie is not realistic.
With wanting to look like something that you are not, although it can inspire you to become more healthy, I think there's an element of it that really disconfirms who you are. And me personally, I think that it's much better to embrace yourself and maybe want to fine-tune that or improve rather than aspire to be something else, particularly something that's not even human, like Barbie.
I think this is maybe not a healthy body image thing to have, but I like the idea of being powerful and strong and capable. So those parts of Barbie I liked.
I feel I should be thinner, kind of more in the waist. But my mom started, I started to be on a scale for a while, just to look at myself. But my mom made sure that I stopped doing that because she knew it was bad.
It kind of makes girls feel like, oh gosh, do I have to be like this? You know, why can't I be more, why can't I be myself?
Everything that she portrays has to do with her her body image and everything she has is superficial. There's a bumper sticker out there that says, heck yeah, I want to be like Barbie. She's got everything. And it's funny because she does. She's got it all. It's like, I want to be like Barbie. But really, when you think about it, I actually know some people who act like Barbie and look like Barbie. And they're rude, they're annoying, they drive you nuts. You do not want to hang out with them. You don't want to be with them. They act all inferior, and really there's nothing going on between the ears. There's no brain. And that's pretty much what plastic Barbie is.
One of the things I was thinking is that I loved the way Barbie could be anything. That was one of the mottos, I think, in the 80s. And so in a way, she's kind of all the things that women can be, which I think is positive, but it's also a negative because, you see this, and you think this is what I should be. So a mixed bag.
She's a reflection of the culture, in which she is an object in, and also reflects the people who are playing with her.
You allow her to do the things you want to do, and she has the career you want to have. So Barbie as president, or there was a Barbie as astronaut, Barbie as doctor. As long as you can see yourself in those roles, I think it's positive. I think the places that it's possibly harmful, or when we say, hey, this is what pretty is, and this is what pretty has to look like. And it's not. Obviously there's a wider possibility of beauty in all kinds of different skin colors and face shapes and body shapes than just what Barbie represents.
That's where Barbie has become, in the past anyway, slightly dangerous, and also bad influence for young girls, because they have made her into something other than a toy. They have made her into an ideal. So rather than the child using its imagination to play with the toy, it's the toy that kind of acquires power over the imagination in the child.
They're trying to make money by making her do different things and just kind of keeping the business up by making her do different things. And every time they do different things, then people are going to want her to be doing different things, so they're going to buy her. But I think that it's just making money. I don't think it's anything quite in particular.
I do not. I think that people could pretend that Barbie is smart. Barbie herself is inanimate. So she does not possess intelligence.
I don't think she was ever meant to be smart. I think she was meant to be pretty.
You can't judge by appearance if someone's smart. So no, I don't have any opinion on the intelligence of Barbie.
I think you can be attractive and be smart, but I think that the way the doll is displayed, she's displayed more, I think, for her looks and her hair and her fashion.
Barbie would be smart.
I definitely can be smart. I mean, the nice thing is that she's had so many roles that she can be whatever you kind of imagine now. So Barbie's been a doctor, Barbie's been president, Barbie's been an astronaut, right? All those exciting kinds of things. So I think they have a Barbie scientist coming out. There was a Barbie computer engineer, which was my personal favorite. Yeah, she kind of looked like me if I was 6 feet tall and straight up and down with tiny feet. But I loved it. So those kinds of things are, I'm glad that they're encouraging things like girls in STEM, girls in scientific backgrounds. That's sort of, I have a biology degree, so I'm really into Barbie as scientists.
She's nice and she's smart.
And if you want to play house, she can go out and work and then come home. And Ken can be cooking dinner. You can have all kinds of role plays with dolls, and if you don't actually have a doll, you can, use sticks like.
I think there's no other doll. I was trying to think of other dolls out there, like the Bratz dolls or the other dolls, and a lot of times you see they're not really empowered people. They are just there to, they're either the baby doll type or they're fashion dolls, they're rock stars, they're sort of aspirational, but they're pretty aspirational. They don't really have this kind of career, and they don't have their own stuff. And I loved the fact that Barbie had these different careers, that she had her own car, that she had her own house, you know, and Ken was sort of on the side. I think that's very interesting and a very good message for girls. So
things about Barbie that are controversial, you know, the skinny legs and hips and the choices that the makers came up with a few years ago when they were like, math is hard. I think that's just bad choices on Mattel's part.
Ken, you know, there's a lot of guys out there that don't look like Ken, but they're really nice, very sweet. Go for the guy that maybe not everybody goes for, a quieter guy, or the guy that might be a little bit of a nerd. But don't automatically dismiss guys just because they don't live up to the ideal of Ken.
It's just a doll.
Being a part of my childhood, you gave me a lot of opportunities to use my imagination, to play with my sisters. We would make doll houses for you out of shoe boxes and other things that we found around the house. It gave my mother a chance to provide something for me at Christmas. Okay, now I gotta stop. Oh, this is awful. Really, this is my childhood. This doll right here. I had so much fun playing on winter days, stuck in the house when it snowed. My sister and I'd grab the box of Barbies and just have a lot of fun, make up stories, stuff for you to do, adventures for you to have, and yeah, thank you for the memories.
You're trying to get this look that you're not trying to be normal. You're trying to be someone who's different and looks kind of like a real-life Barbie. And I would say that you shouldn't waste your time trying to look like something that you're not.
I think young girls should know that Barbie, this is not the body type or the face you have to have, but Barbie is something you can project your hopes and dreams onto. You can dress her in whatever you want. You can make her do whatever you want. The power is in your hands. So that's kind of the good thing about Barbie, is that it empowers your storylines. You can make her a hero. You can make her a villain. She doesn't have to be blonde. She doesn't have to be thin. But it's a nice way to kind of act out your dreams. And just know that Barbie is only limited by, you know, what you yourself set as your limits. So Barbie doesn't have to be just a pretty fashion model. She can be anything you want.
Know that you are both beloved and reviled, that you are a lightning rod of criticism and a hot topic of debate. I just want you to know that I personally see you as nothing more than an object, a piece of formed plastic. Therefore, as far as I'm concerned, you are what I make you. Therefore, you can be both good and bad.
I feel better about myself, more confident that I'm normal. This is what I am.
And some different skin colors and hair colors when I was a grown-up, because that helped me see myself in your image a little bit more. And I hope as I get older that I get to see Barbie in all kinds of body shapes and all kinds of skin colors and different facial types, because I want the world to embrace Barbie and also their own beauty. So that's what I hope for the future.
You should do what you want to do, look like you want to look, and have fun, but don't take it too seriously.
Be who you are meant to be who you are, and don't be afraid to be who you are. And girls today come in all kinds of different packages, and the inside value is so much more important. And I would say seek that in people as well. In your friendships and your relationships, seek what is on the inside and don't worry about as much of what is on the outside. And the package that Barbie shows you is all about the outside. Dear Barbie.
Dear Barbie.
Dear Barbie.
Dear Barbie.
Dear Barbie.
Dear Barbie.
My dear Barbie. I don't, sorry.